Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over Oz, giving you guys some tips and tricks, and I'm also going to go over my opinions on Oz and what needs to be changed, how I would like to see this. So this is not going to be a Oz guide, like a floor guide. I will link a floor guide in the description down below, but this is more so going to be a guide on how to mentally get through Oz. And I know what some of you guys are saying, like this isn't helpful, but I wish that I had found one of these videos when I first started running Oz, and I hope that somebody who is running Oz can take something out of this video. Before we get into this video, I just kind of want to give a little backstory of where I am and where I came from Oz. So I'm not just some random person who did Oz for a couple days, got some rings, and then dipped. I had run Oz for months and I had never gotten anything. I had opened around 470 boxes without getting any usable rings. So I've definitely made my way through the trenches, dragged through glass, stomped on. I went through it, you know what I mean? Like I definitely went through Oz prison. So I'm here today to give you some of the things that I learned while running Oz. Number one, Oz is not a sprint. This is more than a marathon, and you shouldn't try to get through Oz as fast as you possibly can. Know that when you start running this and you make this something that's going to be part of the game, this is not going to be something that just comes super quick. So don't expect anything. Like don't have expectations. I know obviously you're running Oz, you want to get the roar 4, you want to get the weapon jump 4, but don't think that every box like you're going to hit, you know what I mean? And what I mean by that is don't get like emotionally attached to the boxes. Don't get excited, don't get hyped up, don't feel happy and don't feel sad when you open a box. Just open it and move on. So a tip that I learned while doing this is literally when you get the rank 1 or the rank 2 box, just instantly open it. Don't wait, don't open the small boxes. Literally just open the rank 1, open the rank 2 instantly, get the ring and move on. Don't even let it mentally affect you at all, because I know one of the biggest things for me is when I would get out of the tower, I would open up all the smaller boxes. I don't really know how to describe it, but I would start getting that feeling where I'm like, oh my god, this could be the ring, this could be the ring. I'd open up the box, it was nothing I needed, and then I would get really annoyed. It was really toxic to do that, looking back on that. So again, don't hype up the box, just open it. I know this sounds depressing, but honestly helps opening instantly rather than just waiting and then opening. Like trust me, it helps a lot mentally, so just do it that way. I'm telling you. Another thing, don't make Oz a priority and try not to get FOMO. Don't think that you have to run Oz every single day, and definitely do not cap every single day. Coming from somebody who capped for 75 days straight, do not cap. Do not cap. It's gonna put you in a really bad mental state, and you're genuinely gonna want to quit the game. Like I never really understood when I first started running this. People were like, yo, they call this the graveyard, and they call it the graveyard for a reason, because it genuinely does make you want to quit the game, especially if you're capping every single day. So don't make this a priority. Make it something that's fun. Make it something that you run once in a while, and do not get FOMO. Don't say, oh, if I would have ran today, I would have got the ring. It's just move on, run it when you feel like running, and that's it. This kind of piggybacks off my first point, but complaining is fine. Like, of course, complaining, you need to complaining is something that's just gonna come along with Oz. Like, I think everybody needs to complain when they're running Oz. Like, it's literally like therapy, bro. Don't complain too much or it will honestly consume you. And this is coming from somebody, like, I would complain all the time about Oz, but don't complain too much. The more you complain, the more that it sucks, and then you complain more, and then it sucks, and then it really just builds up and creates this like toxic mindset every single run, and it's honestly just miserable. So try your best not to complain. Try your best to stay as positive as possible when running these runs. And if you are feeling burnt out from Oz and you are running it a lot, like just take a break. Like straight up, just take a break and try your best not to get FOMO. And again, all these points are coming from somebody who has done the opposite of what I should have done. Every point that I'm going over on this list, like I didn't follow, and it again created this horrible toxic mentality. If you're feeling burnt out, just take a break, don't get FOMO, and come back when you feel ready to come back. This list is kind of all over the place, but if you do get a roar and it's not a roar 4, just move on. Again, do not let it affect you. Just move on. Every time I'd open a roar on my Bowmaster, I'd be like, oh my god, like this is it, this is it, this is it, this has to be it, this has to be it. I would look and it wasn't it. I would just play that moment over and over and over again for some reason, thinking it could have been it, it could have been it, if only that was it. Like just move on, don't get that FOMO, and just forget about it. Like it wasn't it, now time to run another run, or don't run another one and come back later. And there's all these statistics for running Oz, like you should get this in this amount of time, you shouldn't get this in this amount of time. As much as you can look at the odds and what you should expect, have absolutely zero expectations when running Oz. If you expect to hit in a certain amount of boxes, then you're gonna have this expectation when you reach that box, and it's just gonna be miserable for every box moving forward. So let's just say you do get to the point of hitting the expected amount of runs to hit a roar 4 and you don't have a roar 4 by then, it's gonna suck. If you have those expectations, then every single run after that is gonna be like, oh my god, like I'm so unlucky, I'm so unlucky, I'm so unlucky, which you are unlucky and it does suck, but complaining about it is gonna make it so much worse. So just have zero expectations when you are running these. I know it's hard to not have any expectations when this is such a large chunk of your time. Like 45 minutes to 50 minutes to run it's ridiculous. It absolutely is ridiculous, but just have zero expectations. Those are just my tips when you're running Oz. I know it's hard when you're in the middle of running Oz. Like I know the feeling of, yo, this sucks so much, but please try to take all these tips and try to utilize them when you are running. It's genuinely gonna make your time so much better. Now I kind of want to move into some little tips and tricks that you can use while you're actually running Oz. So for example, iframe top is usable. It's definitely not necessary, but you can use an iframe top. I recommend using 3 red pill slots. This makes it so you don't have to sweat, you don't have to feel like you're rushing, you have more than enough time. In Oz, you don't want to like cut the time close, so just make sure you have more than enough time every single run. The skills that I recommend having, well, running Oz are rope lift, Urda Fountain, will skill, and any good mobbing skill or summons that you have. This is going to help a lot on the killing stages and just make some of the stages a little bit quicker. And always have your drop gear on. This is going to help a ton on the stages where you are collecting drops from mobs. It's just gonna make the process that much quicker. Anyways, those are my tips and tricks for Oz. I seriously pray that all of you watching this video, if you're in the middle of running Oz, I pray that you guys hit. I seriously do. I would not wish anybody to have to suffer in Oz. This content seriously needs to be changed, especially in Reboot. We need a pity system. There is just no sense of progression ever. This makes perfect sense in reg server, but in Reboot this system makes zero sense, and I hope that they change it. Anyways, that is gonna be it for the video. I am so happy to be done with Oz and I can just make this video and know that I never have to run this shit ever again. If this video helped, I would appreciate it if you guys leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It helps out a ton. Turn on the notification bell so you guys are notified whenever we upload a video. And as always, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.